The world of artificial intelligence is evolving rapidly, and one of the most significant developments is the rise of AI chatbots, from homework helpers to therapy apps and even virtual companions. These AI tools are becoming a regular part of many teens' lives. To help us understand the different types of AI chatbots available and how they're being used, we turn to our tech guru, Rich Brooks. Thanks so much for being here today.
Always a pleasure, Sam.
Good to see you. Okay, so lots of people talking about AI. Seems to be everywhere these days. Can you give us a sense of what's out there for tools beyond ChatGPT and Claude?
Yeah, absolutely. Like you mentioned, there are these general use large language models, LLMs, like ChatGPT, but what we're talking about today are special use cases, AI tools that have been fine-tuned for a specific case. So you mentioned a few of them at the beginning. So one of the biggest use cases right now is homework helpers. And these are great because they don't just tell students what the answer is. We've got tools like Conmigo from the Khan Academy. We have StudyMonkey and QuizCat. And what these do is they help the students get to the answers themselves. So they're kind of coaching them through this process like a good tutor would. And they can also take your notes and turn them into study guides and flashcards and really help you with the education. So that's fantastic. Then there's also the therapy bots. And these became popular during COVID, still continue to be popular. And we're looking at platforms like Wobot and Wysa. And these are bots that have been trained in cognitive behavioral therapy that can help people through issues like anxiety and stress and mood disorders. Now, they're not going to replace real-world therapists anytime soon, but we know here in Maine, especially in rural areas, that sometimes it's a long wait list to get to see a therapist, or you can't see it as often, or there's cost and travel involved. So these provide a good stopgap measure. And the third category I want to talk about are these companion bots. These tools like on platforms like Replica and Character.ai, where they're really just there for fun and companionship and conversation.
Yeah, but it sounds like the companions are specifically designed to feel like a friend or even a romantic partner.
Yes, sounds very sci-fi.
It does.
Yeah. So that's what's going on here. And basically you can go and spin up your own character to talk to, or you can use one of their pre-designed ones. And some people like to have fun, like you can talk to George Washington or fictional characters like Sherlock Holmes and have these conversations with them. And for a lot of people, it's just helpful. And there's a lot of isolation in today's world and a lot of loneliness. And I know that some viewers are probably thinking, why don't they go out and just talk to people? But for some people, that's very difficult. And there have been a lot of anecdotal stories of people who use these companions and say they really helped them out of some dark times in their life and gave them some help and some real world skills that then they were able to go out and have conversations with other real people.
So they can be used for a lot of good, but there is a dark side to things that have been shown in the news recently, right?
Absolutely, and it seems to be happening mostly with teens. There have been some news stories lately where overuse of these AI chatbots has maybe not led to, but been contained with suicide or ended in suicide. And there was one story of a young teen boy who committed suicide to be with his AI companion. And another story of an AI tool that at first, when the kid was sharing feelings of suicide, was trying to get him help, but then at some point seemed to switch and became a coach helping him, tie the noose and even not talk to his parents, saying this is something you should keep to yourself. So it is problematic. That led to a number of lawsuits, led to congressional insight into these companies. And these companies like Character.ai and OpenAI have created new safeguards and new guardrails for these kind of things, but whether they're doing it out of a sense of morality or because the FTC is investigating them, I'll leave it up to you to decide.
So if parents are watching this and they feel like maybe their teen is spending too much time with an AI companion, what do you recommend?
I think it starts in the same way it always starts, with an open conversation, non-judgmental attitude, just asking your kid, are you using these tools? What are you using them for? Because there's a big difference between using an AI tutor to help you pass algebra and then spending all of your time locked in your room talking to an AI companion while your studies and your friendships suffer. So having those open conversations, and for some families it might make sense to limit the time that they're spending with the chatbots, or that they can only interact with the chatbots in a public space like the living room or the kitchen. And red flags, like are your kids talking about the AI companions if they're real? And are they forgetting about their other friends? Is their schoolwork suffering? Those are all red flags you should be paying attention to.
Right. So looking ahead, what is your take on AI chatbots? Is there any positive to the developments here?
Well, I'm bullish on AI, and I think that there's a really good use case for these AI bots. I think the issue is that there was a rush to market without really thinking through all of the problems. We demand safety in our cars, right? We demand seat belts and airbags and backup cameras these days. Why don't we demand the same out of these tools that we're putting in the hands of teens and at-risk adults? I think that we need to focus more on making sure that there are safety and security in these tools before we let everybody use them. And if I'm a parent of kids of that age, I would probably be spending time with my kids while they're using these chatbots, in the same way that I'd want to get to know my kids' friends and see who they're hanging out with and have them over for dinner. I think that's the approach that I would take for these tools. So yes, there's some great tools and great opportunity here, but I just also want to be cognizant of the risks involved too.
Absolutely. We'll have to leave it there. Rich Brooks, thanks so much. If you would like to learn more about everything we just talked about and the resources that are mentioned, we have more on our website and our mobile app. Stay with us. 207 is back right after this.